Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this playlist, we are discussing about how to use Proteus to simulate Arduino boards. This will help us to create small projects without using hardware itself. And in future, when you have the hardware, you can implement it directly on the board. So let us start and explore more about the procedure by which we can design some small projects using Proteus. So when you open the Proteus, you will be seeing this particular dashboard. In this, first of all, here you will see the version that you have. For example, in this case, my Proteus version is Proteus Design Suite 8.10. And then in the second window, you can see how you can start with designing schematics. You can design PCBs, you can simulate different projects and all by clicking on these particular buttons. Then on the third window here, you can see that you can get all kind of helps related to schematic capturing or designing the schematics, PCB layout and simulations. Most common window or most regularly used window is this one, where you can open a new project, open an old project which you have already designed, or you can even design a new project. You can now even design a project using only flowchart, so that you don't have to write a code. If you have the logic with you, you can use this particular button, new flowchart, to design a project using the logics and the knowledge of flowcharts. Or even if you want to start with some tutorials which are pre-built in the Proteus, you can use the open sample button. This will help you to get started with Proteus and get familiar with Proteus with some pre-designed Proteus examples. Last but not the least, this window will help you to keep on updating your software if you have the license with you. Now, the question is how to get the software. For that, I can show you the procedure by which you can get the software. So if you go to this particular link, that is www.labcenter.com/downloads, then you will reach to this particular page where you can download trial version or the demo version of the software. The demo version of the software has got its own limitations, like it is having the issues like you cannot save the project. This is one of the biggest issues for me. So you cannot save the project if you have the demo version. You cannot simulate your own microcontroller designs. Rather, you can design only the projects which are there inside the demo version. We can only print the schematics and layouts of the sample design. So we cannot save them. You cannot transfer it to any other computer or so. But the good things about the demo version is that it is not time limited, so you can use it for the lifetime, and you can simulate or get experienced with all the sample designs which are there in the software. So you can keep on simulating the things, keep on learning the things. Only thing is you cannot save your own projects. So these are the limitations of the demo version, and you can download the demo version from this particular website. Now the question is how to start a new project. So to start a new project, you will have to click on this particular button, new project. And once you press this button, you will be seeing this particular window. Okay, where first of all you will have to give the path where you want to keep the project. So you can give a project's path. For example, here I am saving my project in the folder called e/Proteus_test, and you can give your own project's name. For example, LED_blink. Okay, so in this way you can start a new project, and then you can go to next. If you want to create a schematic, you can if you don't want to create a schematic, you will have to select this particular option, but of course you need a schematic, so therefore you can create a schematic using selected templates, which is by default here selected as default. Okay, so you just have to leave it there. Next. Now if you want the PCB to be generated simultaneously, so if you want the PCB to be generated, you can click on this particular version, create a PCB layout from the selected template, or otherwise you can just leave it like that. Don't create a PCB layout if you don't want a PCB. Okay, next, if you want any predefined firmware to start with the project, then you can use this create firmware project. Firmware means you will have the option to select the family of microcontrollers like 8051, 8086. These are the microprocessor 805, microcontroller 8051. 8086 is microprocessor. Then you have family of Arduino, then ARM Cortex 7, AVR family, Cortex M0, M3, M4, and so on. So here you can select Arduino. Under the Arduino family, you will get different so-called options like Arduino Leonardo, Arduino Mega, Nano, Uno, Yun, and so on. So in general, we will be using Arduino Uno. In future, we might be shifting to Arduino Nano. In the next video, I will show you why to go for Arduino Nano rather than using Arduino Uno. What are the advantages or disadvantages of using Nano compared to Uno? So, but for time being, we can use Arduino Uno. And compiler, you just leave it like that, Arduino AVR Proteus. So the Proteus AVR itself is there. Otherwise, if you have installed AVR's IDE, then it can detect the IDE automatically, and you can select either one of these two options, but leave it like that. So Arduino AVR Proteus. Now the question here is, there are two options available: create quick start files, create peripherals. So please select these two or check these two options and then move to the next option. There is one more option that you can use, like create flowchart project. So here in this case, you don't have to write a code. Rather, you can just use the flowchart to design your own project. So again, you will have the facility to opt between Arduino family or Raspberry Pi. Okay. So we will be using Arduino if you are going to design a project using flowchart. And then again, you will have all the same family or list of boards which are available with the firmware project also. So here you can use Arduino Uno, and compiler will be Visual Designer for Arduino AVR. So here right now we are going to create a firmware project. We will be using Arduino family, and we'll be using Arduino Uno board, and compiler will be Arduino AVR Proteus, and these two options are checked. So let us move to the next and then finish. So in this way, you will be able to see the first window where you can see the Arduino's layout. So here let us explore a bit about the options available. For example, here I can click on this particular button. Okay, zoom to area. So I will use this and drag an area where I want to zoom. So I will click it there, and this is my Arduino Uno board. Now the question is, it does not look like the Arduino Uno board. So how can you correlate whether this one is an Arduino Uno board or not? So let me go back to the presentation and let me show you how we can correlate these two boards. Okay, so this is the normal Arduino Uno board which you buy which you can buy from the market. So this is the hardware. Okay, and here we are using the Arduino board which is available in the Proteus, which is showing Arduino 328. So how can we correlate these two? So first of all, let us start correlating the pins A0 to A5, that is for analog read, which is available in the Arduino Uno board. Here you can see AD0 to AD5, which is also the same pins which are available in the Arduino Uno hardware. You can even use these pins, that means AD0 to AD5, to get all the functions which are available with the A0 to A5. Next set of family is digital pins like 0 to 7. Here you can see IO0 to IO7. Okay, in the last video I have discussed about all the different features available with one particular pin. So one particular pin can do multitasking. So it can either be a digital IO pin, it can go for communication, it can be used for interrupts and so on. So here you can see all these particular features are available. Okay, but anyway, so for time being I0 to I7, here you can see 0 to 7. They can be used for all different purposes. And then last but not the least, the pins which are from 8 to 13 are situated here, IO0 to IO13. So here you can see these two boards are correlated. Only thing is the board on the right is provided by the Proteus, which is the schematic of the microcontroller along with the pins, whereas on the left you can see the layout of the hardware itself. There is another option by which you can get almost the same visual so-called display of the Arduino hardware, and you can use the same board in the Proteus. For that you will have to use third-party Arduino library. So if you want to go for the similar view, okay, just like the Arduino hardware, then in that case I can suggest you one website called the engineeringprojects.com. You can go to that website and download the library which are available for Arduino Uno, Arduino Mega and so on. I can show you that website, just give me a second. Before that, let us correlate the pins here. Again A0 to A5, here you can see it is almost the same, A0 to A5. Okay, then pin number 8 to 13, you can see here again 8 to 13, and pin number 0 to 7, pin number 0 to 7. Only thing is here you don't have to use VCC, ground or something like that. So in this board which is available with the engineeringprojects.com, you don't have to use any power supply and so on. Okay, so to download the library you can go to this website. Let me show you the website. This is the website, the engineeringprojects.com, and from here you can download all different projects available, all different boards available with this website. You can read about them and download the boards like Uno, Mega, Mega 2560, 1280, Nano, Mini and Pro Mini. Along with that, this particular website also provide you many different sensor modules or sensor libraries. In future, if possible, I can show you how to use this particular third party libraries in the Proteus. So this website is really very good website where you can download the Arduino library for Proteus. Along with that, you can explore more about different projects. So now the question is how to design a project. So in this project there are two tabs. Here one is schematic capture, the other one is source code. Okay, so first of all let us try to explore more about it and let us see how to write a code in this particular Arduino Proteus. So this is the board which is provided by the Proteus, and in this section you can put the source code. Okay, so let me just show you the source code which is available with the Arduino IDE, and we can see the correlation, or we can see how these two codes are almost the same. First of all, we are declaring a variable int LED which is defined as pin number 13. So pin number 13 of the Arduino board is considered to be a variable LED. Okay, so in place of 13 we can just write LED. Okay, so this is how you can define a pin or a variable for a particular pin. And then we have a function void setup. Okay, in this we generally write the code which will run only one time, so it will not keep on repeating, rather this particular functions or this particular function will run only once. Okay, so in this we are defining the mode of the pin. That means what kind of mode this pin number 13 or LED is going to have, whether it is going to be an input pin or output pin or input pin with pull up. We will explore it in the coming lectures. Okay, so pin mode LED output. It means now pin number 13 will act as an output pin. Okay, in this pin now we can connect either LED or motor or any other device which can act as an output device. Now there is another function which is called void loop. This function will keep on repeating itself. Okay, so void setup will run only once, void loop will keep on repeating itself. So now we are defining a function digital write. What we are going to write? We are going to write high on the pin LED, which is pin number 13. So we will connect an LED at pin number 13 and then we are setting it high. High means we are providing it 5 volt. Then we are using a delay of 1000. It means 1000 millisecond. Okay, so it means 1 second. So we kept the pin high for 1 second. Then after that we are writing low on the same pin and we are generating another delay of 1 second. And then from here the code will go again to the top of the loop function. So again it will go for high, then delay, then low, then delay, then high, then delay, then low. So in this way the LED will keep on blinking itself. So we can change the delay or we can write different functions here which will keep on repeating. So here we have the schematic. Okay, and we can see IO13 is connected here. IO13 which is connected to the LED, and in between that there is a resistor. Okay, so if we run this project, for that we have to click the play button, and by that we can start running the code. So you can take the code from the Arduino IDE example files, just paste it here in this section, source code section, and then run it. So now you can see here, after doing all the initialization process, you can see the LED is blinking now. So suppose if you don't want the pin or the LED to be connected to pin number 13 and rather you want to connect the LED to pin number 8, for that what we can do is, now we can use the feature of Proteus. So how to introduce a new component? Click on the right click on the mouse, then go to place component. Okay, from libraries you click on that. Here you can just type LED keyword on the top, so that will allow you to search the components. So you can see there are so many categories which have this word LED. So optoelectronics, we will go for the optoelectronics, means electronics which will generate light. Opto means light. Okay, So from this you can select different LEDs like yellow, green, blue, and so on. Okay, there are pink, purple, red, and so I can use a red LED. Okay, and then I can place it here. You can see now my mouse is converted to that particular device itself. I can place it anywhere. Then right click, place component, register, like this. And then now you can see the moment I bring my mouse near to the terminals, the terminal becomes square. And now clicking on that and click on the next terminal where you want to connect. And here what I am going to do is I am just going to connect. I am going to leave this pin as itself. Okay, and here I have to connect it to ground. So right click, place, go to terminals, and here you can see ground. I can show you again. Go to right click, place, terminal, and ground. Under terminal you can get power, output, input, and all this different options are available. So I will use the ground here. Again I have to connect the ground. You can see I clicked on one of the terminals, and when I brought it to the ground terminal, click. That's all. I connected the LED to the ground. Now I have to connect this pin to the IO8. For that what I can do is I can just right click on that wire, place wire label. Okay, that will allow me to just give the same name as the wire IO8. So now just by doing this, what I am doing here is I am connecting IO8 with this particular wire. So now IO8 is connected to this particular wire. Now only thing that I need to do is to change the code. In the code we have defined pin number 13 as LED, whereas we need to go for the pin number 8 now. So I can just change it to 8, and I am informing the code that now the LED is connected to pin number 8. I have defined LEDs as an output, and then the same program is running in the loop. So let us go to the schematic and save the project and run the project. And let's see whether our project is going to enable the LED to follow the blinking process. So now you can see pin number 8 is connected indirectly with this particular line, and the LED is blinking. In this way you can choose any pin, and rather than dragging and connecting directly, you can just name that particular wire and generate different functionalities in the code. So this was the brief introduction about the Proteus IDE and how to simulate Arduino using Proteus. In the coming videos we will be discussing more about detailed functionalities like ADC, DAC, timers, and all those stuffs, and how to simulate them using Proteus. So I am going to end this lecture here, and if you have any doubts or if you have any suggestions, please drop your suggestions and doubts in the comment section. I will definitely try to answer your doubts and create new videos according to your suggestions. If you have not subscribed this channel, then I would request you to please subscribe the channel, and thank you and stay safe.